All right. Welcome everybody. Just for today is Sunday, February 1st, 2026. I wanted to start stamping the pages, but welcome everybody. Happy Black History Month. I'm just so
Yeah.
happy that everybody could be here the first day of September. Just so happened to fall on the Sunday. So everything works itself on out. And I wanted to get everybody acquainted here. So, welcome to the SisStar Cipher, empowered by Reality Speaks TV. Tonight's conversation, perspective is not a weapon, is especially meaningful as we gather during Black History Month and on World Hijab Day.
Good
Oops.
evening.
Hey, hi everybody.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
let me start that sentence up. Tonight's conversation, perspective is not a weapon, is especially meaningful as we gather during Black History Month and on World Hijab Day, a moment that reminds us how identity, belief, and lived experience shape how we are seen and treated in the world. This is not a debate space. This is not about being right or persuading others. This is a space for listening, for honoring different perspectives, for recognizing that history, culture, faith, and survival all inform how we move through the world. Black history teaches us the cost of being misunderstood. World Hijab Day reminds us of the courage it takes to exist visibly and authentically. Truly. Tonight we're choosing humanity over hierarchy, understanding over assumption, and dialogue over division. Thank you for being here. Come on as you are, and let's begin. Welcome, Simba, Shy, Bernie. Thank you for joining me.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
So I just wanted to also, I'll be remiss to say that today is my grandmother's birthday. Here she is in the corner in the cut up there,
Happy
February
birthday.
1st.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Today is her birthday, and it's also my niece Chizaya's birthday, who was named after her because her birthday fell on it. It was only right to name her after our grandmother. So happy birthday, Grandma Odessa! Happy birthday to
Happy
my niece
birthday.
Trizaya, and happy birthday all across the land to anybody. Shout out to January birthdays, February birthdays. I really love birthdays, and I want to start incorporating birthdays. I think it's a time to be alive. Um, so before we get started, I want to ask before we get into the important stuff. The serious stuff. I want to ask everybody, starting with order of appearance. I'm going to start with you, Simba. What made everybody want to join this conversation today? Like, what about this topic made you say, "Oh, I'm pulling up"?
Honestly, besides always, showing up for you always, in all honesty, it really spoke to me. Like the word you used was resonate. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, as someone who's an orator and, as I'm into politics and speaking, like, this is the first time in a long time that I really seen something that really stopped me in my tracks that was like unapologetically like, huh, like you need to answer this. Like you need to consider this. Especially like when I say it speaks to my journey both in my ex marriage and my parenthood, like it was like one of those, put it this way, like for once, like it's not all in your head. What you're saying is validated. What you're feeling is validated. And that's what I got through that topic and the questions you sent me. So
Ah,
yeah.
thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Shy, what made you say? Well, first of all, shout out to Shy's artwork today. She just outdid
Amen.
herself.
Okay.
Because when I told her, I'm like, she like, can I, come up with my art? Because Shy is also a multi-digital artist.
Amen.
Her specialty is I forgot the name of it. She'll tell us. But I'm like, yeah, sure, bring any art of yours is always welcome. Because Shy, she's on the news. She was at the Oneida County. Yeah, she's all that with her
That's
art.
what's up.
Her
That's
art
what's
is
up.
all over. She making money with it too. She does a whole bunch of
Hey,
stuff.
okay,
But I'm
good.
like, yeah, put your art up here, and this is her art, y'all. Go ahead, this is her art. So love you, Shy.
Hey. So I'm sorry, my voice is so scratchy. I'm getting sick. Um, my reason for being here is one, like I told you, to me, on the urban side definition, I feel like perspective and opinion has a thin line between it. Um, but if we was to get on a real core, you know, things that make sense to us, um, perspective is like you got these special glasses that's only customized for you, right? And you look at your life through these glasses. That's your glasses. Nobody else got this drip. That's only for you, right? Um, and it's shaped by what you've seen, what you experience, where you come from, what your core uh parental, exposure was, who your parents was, your environment, right? These are everything that these glasses is made up of. And we're gonna say they meta glasses. They them Ray-Bans meta glasses, right? So everything that's shaped up for you to program these meta glasses is how you view the outside world. And your opinion, right? Your opinion is not your perception until you remove the core value of humanity and morality to it, right? Because perception is really it becomes opinion when there's no facts around it and there's no examples to back it up, right? But if it's just you looking and you're not acting on it, there's no aftermath coming behind it, then it's just you viewing on how it is. Now how people view your perception, that's something totally different.
Mm. Yes, and we'll be digging more into that because I got an icebreaker question for y'all too. I'm gonna circle back around. Bernie, you still with us?
Yeah, you can see.
Okay.
I was on the. I thought I could be seen both ways, but
So, I forgot what. Oh yeah, what made you like when I gave you the topic and questions? You'd be like, all right, I'm gonna pull up.
I just
I'm.
pulled up.
He said I just pulled up.
You know,
Okay, thank you. I literally. You're funny, Bernie. I'm like, no, 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 no.
I was like, don't ask me. And
So I guess the question I want to ask you, I'm gonna ask you, Bernie. So, the icebreaker that I have is like one thing that people assume about you, or one thing that people usually get wrong. That's the icebreaker.
one thing they assume about me and one thing they get wrong. Try to pick one instead of two. The first thing that comes to my mind is that well, they think I'm mean.
They think you mean. I was gonna say that. You
Okay.
think it's because of your face? Like they call it RB, whatever, rest in
RBF.
B face.
Yeah. Now I talk. I don't talk soft. But so, people talking to stop it. Go play. And a mannerism. I just talk straightforward. I only see black and white. And
Mm,
um, if I'm trying to help someone give their advice on something, and I feel they're not adhering to, or they keep doing the same thing over and over. After a while, I come like a parent or a kind of scolding type of temperament, and they think I'm mean. But
mm,
at the same time, they feel I'm a realist. So I think when I don't talk soft to people when they're in a situation, they come across being mean or argumentative, whatever the case is.
mm.
And so that if I'm argumentative, which everybody argues or have a debate, could be aggressive or non-aggressive. It's just that their first thing is that she has a particular attitude, whatever. But really, deep down inside, I'm really a nice person. If everybody came together and said, "Yeah, she's a nice person. She would do this for you. She'll do that for you."
Mm-hmm.
So that's the misunderstanding about me, because I
Okay.
don't talk soft.
Right. Okay. So Shy, I'm gonna work I'm gonna work the other way around. For the icebreaker, what is one thing that people usually, get wrong about you or think? Wait, I forgot the exact question. But
On the misunderstanding of
yeah, what do people usually
Um,
assume about you or they get
this is
wrong?
a good one, and it's my superpower, so I don't think it's bad. Because they hear what I say. No, let me say this: they hear the delivery of what I say and not the message. So a lot of
yeah,
people hear me and think that I'm automatically ghetto because I'm from the urban community. The way I deliver it is raw, it's unfiltered, and then
right.
because I'm a black woman from the ghetto. But
Mm.
that's their downfall, because if they sit and they listen to me, they'll see that I'm brilliant. It's not,
Mm,
it's not how I'm delivering the message, it's how you interpreting what I'm saying. Some people look past it. Some people will never give me a chance, and here I am. I go to Harvard University, right? So I'm brilliant by all domains, but they won't give me a chance. Only some people will kind of identify with me, my lifestyle, my aura, my energy, and I'm just saying the universe magnets people that needs to be in my life. All the rest of them, they fell by the wayside. So if you feel like, because of what I'm saying, you could get over on me, or, you could feel a bad way or be a mean girl. Remember we was talking about that? Be a
yes,
mean girl, or one of those who are just troubling with no morality or humanity, then you gonna use me. And that's where you gonna mess up at, because I'm brilliant. It's more to me to the tone and the delivery and voice.
I like that. You, Simba? One thing
Uh,
people assume about you or one thing they usually get wrong?
Ironically, honestly, not to piggyback on her comment, but it's almost her comment in reverse. So like people often think like because as people say like I talk white or I'm like educated this and that, like you know what I mean, like they don't know my backstory, so they not that they think I'm bougie or stuck up, but they think I talk in a very because I'm like her, like very authentic, unapologetic, like is what it is, like you know what I mean, like and so people kind of tend to think that I like as nice as I am and things like that, like I speak from a looking down or a judgment kind of thing, and
Condescending.
you really have to like speak to me to really
Mm,
know like she said it's not how you hear it, it's what I'm saying, like you know what I mean, because no, I'm just from the hood as anybody else, even with having a mom who's blonde hair, blue eyed, like not adopted. You know what I mean? Like so, but just because I speak this way, and because like I'm so given and stuff like that, people often think like they can kind of take advantage. Like, yes, I'm gifting, I'm giving, I'm loving, but I'm like I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? Like
mm.
and you only have one time to try. You know what I mean? So that's what I say people mistake about me. Like you know.
Okay, I like that. Cool. And one thing people usually get wrong about me is that, I'm naturally a little aloof, detached naturally. But people sometimes think I don't care because I don't call, I don't reach out, I don't text, I don't return calls. I probably, agreed to be at their event, forgot about it, and didn't show up. So people think that I'm not serious or I don't care about them or, I don't love them, but I show my love so unique. It's so different because when I reconnect with you and you all can contest to this, that when I reach back to you, it's like we never left, right? So it's like I do care, I do love you, but sometimes life be life and sometimes I'm in my own space. Sometimes, it's just that's how it is. But some people they think that I don't care about them, I don't love them, or F their event or whatever like that. No, I love you. Me love you long time. So just know that. So what I wanted to say about that is that everybody pretty much came up with something different just now, right? Like I asked, hold on a second. I asked this question. I got to get back to my stuff going on here. So I asked this, I asked that. I'm a little off, maybe because this topic. Did I say why I like this topic? I didn't.
No.
This topic is personal to me, Bernie.
Oh.
because like I've been getting in a lot of disagreements with people, like full blown arguments, like ready to like it's over. Word, you don't want to speak to me no more. Like you ready to fight? Like you want to fight? Like
Mm-hmm.
so like I've been getting into like these arguments, these disagreements, these like and people been walking out on me, hanging up on me, blocking me, and I'm like, all because I share my perspective on something. So it's personal for me. Like, why are we really fighting? Like, what's the bigger issue here? Like, what's really good? You know what? Forget it. I got a podcast. I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get people together and we're gonna talk about it. Like, what's the difference? So anywho, so for me, I felt like let me grab some people that I know
Mm-hmm.
that could come together and talk about this. That I love y'all and I want to hear what y'all got to say. So notice how different all of our answers are, and we haven't even disagreed yet. You know what I mean?
I think although they were different, they were still similar. It all was about tone
Mm,
delivery. So
yeah. So perspective. I want to, say to everybody who's listening at home, I just want to share a simple breakdown in plain language. Perspective is where you're standing in life. It's shaped by your background, culture, trauma, identity, and experiences. Perspectives is more like from where I stand. An example is a protest looks different depending on whether you're protesting, policing, or just passing by. Perception, how you interpret what you see. Two people can witness the same event and understand it completely differently. Perception answers what I think is happening. An example of perception is one person sees silence as peace, another sees it as fear. Point of view, the angle you're looking from in a specific moment. It's more immediate and situational than perspective. A point of view answers from like this angle right now. An example could be a child, parent, and teacher all have different points of view about the same situation. An opinion is in a conclusion or judgment you form. Opinions are often influenced by perspective and perception, but not the same as facts. So opinion is what I think about it. An example of that is I think that was the wrong decision. And the belief is something you hold to be true, often deeply. Beliefs can be spiritual, cultural, moral, or personal, and they strongly shape behavior. And the belief answers is like, this is what I hold as true. I believe people should always stand up for themselves. And a fact is what can be proven regardless of perspective. Facts answers this can be verified. An example is that this event is happening now. It started at 7 p.m. That's a fact. So I just wanted to share that. Do y'all have any words after that before I get into the questions?
no.
Okay, so we good on that. Shy, you good over there?
Yeah, I wanted to say this.
All right.
Just touching a little bit briefly on what you said. One, we did all have no disagreeing. So that's the one thing. And that stands for us as a community not being able to communicate. We don't have that communication barrier because the one time that you feel you don't agree, now it's beef. And that comes from society and um, systematic I want to say urban development within our culture. And what's crazy about it is it can be a normal person who is validated. Remember, I told you that that's one of my favorite things. We all look for outside validation from people who are not validated. So sometimes, and even our own experience, like you said, you were in an argument. I don't know the argument, but you were in an argument and sometimes people don't respect that your perception can also be a protective of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? um and also it can also be a double-edged sword to where the perception of another person brings energy or an emotion to yourself and how you view your own self and your own self perception of who you are through communication. I think a lot of times our communication barriers mess up our culture because we're not allowed to have that open, honesty opinion. And the moment you are open, honest, and raw, oh, now you're a taboo, right? Because we're not living in a society to where that is something that's congratulated anymore. We living in society where the land of make believe is um more influence than authenticity.
Yeah, so you pretty much answered the first question because I'm coming to you now, Simba. Thank you, Shy. Like she just pretty much, broke down what it means, what
Yeah.
the perspective means to her personally, right? And pretty much that's her perspective, right?
Right.
Now, Simba, what does perspective mean to you personally? I know I just described it in the
Hmm.
Oxford way, but what does it mean to you personally?
Uh, so I'm gonna again. She's awesome. Let me say that because again, she in what she said, like in the fantasy land. I was just recently earlier today having a conversation with somebody, and we were talking more on the presidency, and so and I'm into politics. This is one thing I've always said about America, but this is one thing I feel like this kind of even applies to humanity itself, no matter the community. We as a humanity, right, are in a stage where we don't really want what we believe we want. We want what we say we want. You know what I mean? And so, like, perspective, like, to me, is like not just your lived experience, not just, what you actually have gone through. It's, to me, perspective is about everything you haven't gone through, but hearing it through the eyes of someone else. Do you understand? Understand that no one's ever going to be able to walk the exact shoes as you, as no one's meant to. And that's where uniqueness and individuality comes into play, right? But with that, perspective is also, even though you haven't lived it, you're open enough to learn or to consider or to rethink everything you've known about any given anything outside of you. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Thank you. Bernie, what is your personal definition about perspective? Oh, you gotta unmute
No, no, that's
yourself.
me. I had because the dog was
Okay.
making noises. Um, my personal what's
What's the definition of perspective, like from for you personally? Like, or like, what
a,
when you hear the word perspective, what first come to mind?
a person's opinion actually.
Mm,
Yeah, an open world of opinion, like what that person is feels or their beliefs. But
pretty much.
yeah, that's true. Really
Yeah.
me.
Thank you. And my one word definition for it is how you see it.
How you see it.
How you see it. And thank you for watching from YouTube. Yakaria says, perspective is how your background and life experiences shape what you see. Okay. Yes. Yes. And Yakaris 360 says, sex perception is how you interpret what you see or experience. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. Thank you for you watching at YouTube. Also, I want to give a shout out to the people watching at LinkedIn and Facebook Live. We see you. Peace. Um, the other question that I have for everyone is okay, can you share a belief or viewpoint you hold that was shaped by lived experience rather than choice? Share a belief or viewpoint you hold that was shaped by lived experience rather than choice. I'm gonna start with you, Bernie. Look at your face.
I saw these questions and I was like, uh, uh, say it again. 'Cause I remember that. So
So pretty
some,
much, can
something I
you share,
experienced.
yeah, like
Perspective.
an experience that you have, or maybe a point of view that you have that you hold that has shaped through something that you went through, not something that you chose, but something that from your experience.
I think I want to speak, but I'm not sure if I want to speak because I think it's personal. So it's like,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
things are
exactly what this
personal.
is
So it's
about.
kind of like weird for me to even utter it to the world.
Ah, got you.
So that's probably why I didn't like that question.
Well, you know what? I want to say this too to my co-host today. There's no pressure at all to answer any question. So if you want to pass, that's welcome. Because the goal is reflection, not resolution. We're not trying to solve a problem. We're just trying to hold some reflections. So I'm gonna go to you, Shy, and then we're gonna go to Simba. So the question was, can you share a belief or viewpoint you hold that was shaped by lived experience rather than choice?
I got two. I got two good ones.
Let's
Um,
go.
my first one is always what I was taught through my mom. Did you guys hear that?
It
Yeah,
broke
you
my
said
mom.
Yeah.
yeah. It was kind of robot. It was like a little bit like
Okay.
robot.
I'm
Okay, it's all
okay.
right.
Am
We'll
I?
come.
Can you hear me now? I'm sorry.
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry. I got kids. Oh, that's what's in the background. Okay. Yes, baby. You can go. You can go. Go turn it on in the playroom. Go turn it on to freeze dance for him, please. Okay. So my first thing that I lived by and learned that helped me in life was you cannot pray and worry at the same time. It must pisses God off. Um,
Mm.
the second one, which is newly self-discovered to me, is that the person I want to be, her, that future self that I see myself becoming, she's already available. She's already there. She's already in existence. It's just I have to travel the path to get to her, not her come to me. The universe don't work like that. You have to prepare yourself um, to make sure that you're ready for that future self.
Mm. Right. Thank you. Um. Yeah. So the next thing is. Ooh. Hey, Venus. Thanks for watching. She's watching from Facebook. And we're going to you, Simba.
Um, like like she said, two things. One, I've learned that things aren't always as they seem, and when you do see them for what they are, you stand on it. And the other thing is, the first black baseball player, he once said this. He said, "A life is not important except in the impact that it has on other lives." And not only do I try to live my life like that, but being who I am, the heart that I have, like I will say, I have experienced that. Like I've had people who have like looked me in the face and told me like I have driven over 10 miles to your location of work just because of you. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, to know that even though it could be a 2 minute, 2 second interaction, to know that you can have an impact on someone who 10 minutes ago you didn't even know even existed on the planet, you know, we're truly all in this together. And I wish this world itself would really come to understand that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes. And for me, I got to get back to the question. I'm over here sharing it on Facebook, y'all. If Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, if you watching, share it so I don't have to share um, so much that I'm distracted that I can't even I'm doing I'm doing two, three things at once, right? So pretty much I believe the question was, I'm coming to the question now. Give me a second. Thank you for your patience. I wish I had some elevator music at a time like this. So can you share a belief or viewpoint you hold that was shaped by lived experience rather than choice? parenting. Um, my viewpoint on parenting was shaped by raising children. You know, I didn't have too much of a choice. You know, I had to kind of go out there and see the way things are going to be, like project the way things were going to be for my children if I parent this way or parent that way, you know. So that pretty much shaped my viewpoint rather than a choice. Um, the next question, well, we got some comments here. I know that's right. I agree. You must manifest. Venus, I wish you was up here, girl. You're supposed to manifest your way up here. Yeah, Carius has a question. Why do you
That's a good
mean
question.
perspective is not a weapon?
That's a good question because I disagree.
Uh-oh, let's hear it then. What do you disagree with? Talk to it. This is what this is about.
I didn't like that title. I'm sorry, but I'm glad someone. I thought it was only me. Because
Ah.
perspective can be a weapon if your perspective is evil, how you see it.
Mm.
I mean, everybody has an open opinion perspective, but what if your perspective sees it differently? It could harm someone. You don't think?
Well, I feel like so the perspective is personal. And I feel like it shouldn't be a weapon, or maybe it shouldn't be weaponized. Like somebody have,
Weaponized. Yeah.
yeah, weaponized is probably, you know, where I was going with that. Because I told you all the differences. I could give you a better example. We all remember COVID. It was not that long ago, right? It was pretty much a perspective of people getting the vaccine and people not getting the vaccine. And people's perspective turned into a weapon, meaning if you're not getting that vaccine, you can't come to my house. I don't want you over here. Matter of fact, it's over. We're not friends anymore. If we family members, we're not family members over anymore. Like people are literally still not talking since COVID because of a perspective. I'm gonna take this shot to be safe. I'm not gonna take this shot because it's not safe. Both of them was right,
Yeah.
but
So
and it's not a weapon because it belongs to you.
right,
Your
right,
perspective is how you see it, so it shouldn't be. You know, nobody should be getting upset, threatened.
right.
Like when people tell me they're off the wall perceptions, I'm just like, that's what's up. Some you even hear people say this. You right. Because what you gonna do? That is the way that is going on in their mind. They are brave enough to share it with you because some people hold it to themselves because they might end up in a psychiatric unit, right? Or arrested or something. Or people gonna look at you. So if you're brave enough to share your personal perspective to me,
Yeah.
depending on what it is, I'm going to just handle it like it belongs to you. That's not the way I see it, you know. So, but I'm agree with you. But what it's gonna help me do though is to gauge how I handle you. It's going to help me gauge. It's going to help me use my spirit of discernment on how I will have you in my life. Like, where can this person with this perspective fit in my world
Right.
if the perspective is different?
So, my opinion to that, right, is I think the perception of perception is open. Fair enough.
That's a good one. Open is a good one.
And here's why I say that, because yes, again, speaking to individuality, anyone could use it for good, anyone could use it for evil, like anyone could. But
Yeah.
what if, right, your perspective in being used as a weapon is used to enlighten someone? And when I say enlighten, I don't mean have them agree with me. I don't mean see that my side. I mean it, use it, my perspective, to help them reconsider their own train of thought. And then by doing so, now being educated, now knowing what they didn't know, now possibly being in a better situation, circumstance, outcome, right, than they would if I haven't used my perspective in a, okay, I'll say weaponized, right, way. Does that make sense? But now you say, yeah, used intentionally, used it as a weapon, but a weapon for good. So now, so does that mean I shouldn't have weaponized it, and now this person is less, whatever, educated or in a worse outcome? or should I have weaponized it and now they're in a better outcome, they're in a better situation? Again, not necessarily on my side, not necessarily seeing what I'm seeing, but at least now being a little more open to where they might have been closed. Does that make sense? So again, that's why I say the perception of perception is kind of open.
I
Yeah.
got that. I feel like clock that T. Because I just thought about that. I said, oh, I just realized something in this entire conversation and the subject matter is that perspective with education or knowledge and information is perception.
Right.
But if you are trying to mold opinion into perception, then that's no facts behind it or no information behind it, then that is manipulation.
That sounds very good.
Yeah.
Because the opinion would still be your belief, but it's your belief. It's not facts.
Mm-hmm.
And perspective is how you see it, but we still have to go back to facts. So even though you see how you see it, you still could be wrong, right?
Yeah.
But we can't. Oh, I agree with you, but you still could be wrong. And deep down, at the end of the day, we still gotta deal with facts.
I think
Well,
that's the wash the dishes theory, right? I'm sorry, sis.
no,
Um,
I'm
I,
listening.
I was saying, so the wash the dishes theory is what my mom told me to deal with my significant other, right? And it's she said you can't get mad at him how he washed the dishes if the dishes come out clean, right? I
Mm-hmm.
might use Palmolive. His parents might taught him how to use Dawn, and I might use Palmolive and a little bleach in my water. He might use Dawn and a little bit of baking soda or vinegar. Is the dishes still gonna be clean? Can we eat off these dishes? And ain't no dogs licking off the dishes. It's really washed. You're not, just rinsing it underwater and scraping it. Is it really washed and clean? Can we identify that and verify it rather than it looks clean and we might be, catching food poisoning next week?
Mm.
Thank you. So perspective is not a weapon because it's meant to help us understand, not overpower. Perspective explains where someone is coming from, but it doesn't give permission to harm, silence, or control others. When we use our perspective to force agreement or dismiss someone else's humanity, it stops being insight and becomes a weapon. Perspective should open conversations, not end them.
Right.
Perspective should invite understanding, not justify harm. So it says, oh, we said that already. Oh, she says she can. Oh, okay, Venus. I'm coming. Perspective is both a unique and an individual experience simultaneously occurring. Okay. Sure. Okay, what is Yakaria saying here? Is that a weapon or protection of self and loved ones? Come back with that. I need a little bit more context. They had armed forces there where the shots were dispensed.
What are you talking about?
I think that's the vaccines.
Oh, okay.
Stuck to my body on the day I got a magnet stuck to my body on the day I got my second shot. Wow. So, but we all remember that, right? Like, how many people fell out or probably stayed away or came closer to someone who had a vaccine? So,
I
and
didn't
then,
care.
yeah, me too. And then the
Not
other
getting
thing
the vaccine
was,
either.
welcome, y'all carriers. Black History Month.
Peace,
Look,
everybody.
he-
I couldn't stay out too much longer. I tried to give you a little room, but this is a good subject. And it was really based on something that me and Sparkle have been going through. So we said, let's make it an issue. So
Correct.
I'm here. But my last comment was in regards to what you were saying about COVID, right? I don't think people was wet. I think there was so much
You
fear
coming in and
about.
out, y'all carriers.
I'm coming in and out.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back then. I'll come back.